Namaste, yogis. Welcome to Yoga at Home with Melissa. I'm really happy that you've joined me today. In this session, Back to Basics is simply that. Basic vinyasa flow, nice and easy, nothing fancy here today. So you do what feels good, you skip what doesn't work, and just try to have some fun. So we'll begin on our mats in child's pose. Knees as wide as the mat, toes touch. Sit back on your heels. Rest your forehead in front of you. Begin with a deep inhale and a sigh out of your mouth. And then start to come into your Ujjayi breathing. Nice and free here, in and out of your nose. Never forced. If it feels good, you do that little rock with your head, left to right. You can start to engage your core, pull the belly up and in, press the hips back and crawl the hands forward, spreading the fingers wide. And then roll up hands and knees, press back, downward facing dog. Take a moment or two, walk your dog, pedal your heels out. Or if you'd like, you just press the heels down to the mat, lifting the tailbone up. And you can check it out on your body. Your feet should be just about the hip width of your hips. A little bit wider is fine. And your hands are just about the width of your shoulders. When you're ready, rise up to the balls of your feet and rock your body forward into a high push-up. Continue to press the shoulders forward to stretch out your wrists. And as you exhale, press back, down dog, press the heels into the mat. And then bring your feet together to touch. Lift the right leg as high as you can, and then bend the knee. Peel the hip open, reaching the kneecap up to the ceiling. And if you'd like, you could make some circles with your ankle. Keep breathing. Return that foot to the mat. We do the same thing left side. Lift the left leg as long as you can, and then bend the knee. Reach the kneecap up to the ceiling. Circle the ankles, spreading the toes. And then return that foot to the mat. Rise up to the balls of the feet, and then bend your knees, but take a moment here to stretch your toes out. Looking at the space between your hands, step or walk to the front of your mat. Your feet are hip width distance or wider. Your knees can be bent a lot. Opposite hand grabs opposite elbow for a ragdoll. You drop your head, allow your shoulders to relax. If it feels good, you could begin to straighten your legs. Maybe you find a little bit of movement here, swaying side to side. And then release your hands to the mat, heel toe your feet together to touch. Stand, sweep your arms out and up, hands touch over your head. Right hand grabs the left wrist, reach up, and then go over to the right side, lengthening your torso. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, come back to center, switch sides, root down, reach up, and go over to the left. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. Release your hands and interlace them behind your back. Knuckles reach to the heels. Gaze and heart reach up to the sky, gently bending back. Deep inhale. And as you exhale, stand with a long spine. Start to fold it forward all the way down. Nose to your knees, arms over your head. Keep breathing. And then release your hands to the mat. It's a halfway lift, so your spine is parallel to the mat. You could keep your fingertips on the mat, or you could bring your hands to your shins. Hands to the mat, step back, nice and easy here. High push up. Gently pull your shoulders slightly forward, and then bend your elbows halfway. Arms in tight to your body. And then come onto the tops of your feet. Pull your chest up and through. Belly button presses forward, gaze up, deep inhale. Exhale, curl the toes, press back, down dog. And take a moment or two and walk it out, shake it out. Returning to that mindful breath. So it's deeper than your normal everyday breathing. Rise up to the balls of the feet and bend your knees. Look at the space between your hands. Step, walk, or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, rise. This time your hands are shoulder width distance apart and you squat down into your chair pose. So your big toes and your knees are touching and there's a space between your heels. You're sitting your hips back, just like you're sitting in a chair. Softening your shoulders, rooting into your heels. Deep inhale. Exhale, fold nose to knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back. Chaturanga. High push-up, low push-up. Elbows in tight to the ribs. Come onto the tops of your feet. Roll up. Exhale, press back. Down dog. Walk it out. Shake it out here. Now make sure your fingers are spread wide and you're rooted firmly into your hands. Bring your feet together to touch. And lift the right leg, three-legged dog. With control, rock forward, high push-up. Your shoulders and your wrists are in one line. Bring the right knee to tap the right elbow and then kick it back, three-legged dog. Rock forward, high push-up. Right knee comes in tight to your chest and then kick it back. One more, high push-up, knee to the left. Tap the elbow and kick it back. Step that foot between your hands. Flatten your back foot. Rise up, warrior one. Sinking here. Rooting into your front thigh. Rooting into the pinky side of that back foot. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. Sink a little deeper. Inhale. Exhale. Open it up. Warrior two. Scooch that front foot over just a little bit. So the heel and the arch are in one line. Sink deep, but lengthen your spine and get long from fingertip to fingertip. Your gaze, your drishti is set to your front middle finger. Take a deep inhale here. And on the exhale, flip the hand and reverse the warrior. Sink and reach, lengthening, getting long, deep inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. So the forearm rests on the thigh. The left fingers reach up to the sky. And you can use your right elbow to nudge your knee open towards your pinky toe. And at the same time, you're pressing your top hip and shoulder back, opening up your body. Extend that top arm over your head. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, circle your arm in front of your body, reaching the left fingers back up to the ceiling, and then straighten that front leg. So that right hand can hover above the mat an inch or two, or you can rest your hand on your shin or your ankle. Lifting up, reach those left fingers up to the ceiling, and then extend the top arm over your head. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, cartwheel your hand down so you come into a straddle. Toes point towards the direction that you're facing. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, fold. Drop your head to the mat. And then just for a moment, if you'd like, walk your hands over to your right shin or ankle. Pull your belly in towards your thigh, just a gentle stretch. And then come over to the left, same thing, belly and nose towards your knee. And then back to center. And on this side, I'd like you to reach your arms behind you, fingers pressed towards the wall behind you, and drop your head. Just breathe. And then bring your hands back to center, heels in, toes out, knees and ankles are in one line, and you come on up, sinking, gentle tuck through the pelvis, cactus arms. Press the elbows back, sink a little deeper. We're only here for one inhale. And as you exhale, straighten your legs, hands to your hips. Pointing the right toes to the front of the room, step the back foot a little closer. And then you twist here, belly button points straight ahead. Start to look up, start to lift your heart up and bend back. Inhale. And as you exhale, you slowly come forward halfway, spine parallel to the mat. And then there's a gentle twist, belly over thigh, hands to the mat, nose to your knee. You could bring your hands to your shin if you'd like. You could turn the fingertips to press behind you, flattening the palms into the mat to stretch the wrists. Keep breathing. And then bring your hands back to the front of your mat. And from here, we're going to do a standing split. So you lift that left leg. You can press the heel away from you and keep the leg hip distance, hip height. Or you straighten that leg and point the toes to the ceiling. You can have a bend in that standing knee if you'd like. If you want to play around with balance, one hand grabs the ankle, maybe two hands grab the ankle, maybe not today, that's all good. Breathing. Just one more inhale. And as you exhale, bring that left leg around the back side of the right, root into your heels and fold, nose to your knee. And then gently unwind, left foot next to the right. Inhale, rise. Hands touch overhead, bend back. Come to center in swan dive, nose to knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana, high to low push-up, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, walk it out. And we'll do that same thing on the left side. So make sure your fingers are spread wide. Pressing down into your heels, you bring your feet together to touch and the left leg lifts. With precision, rock forward, shoulders over the wrists. Left knee taps the left elbow and you kick it back. High push-up, knee in tight to your chest. Kick it back. High push-up, knee to the right. Tap the elbow and kick it back. Step that foot between your hands, flattening your back foot. Inhale, rise. Exhale, soften. So back foot is out at a 45-degree angle. You're rooted down into the pinky side of that back foot. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, you open it up, warrior two. Lengthen your spine as you sink into your legs. Your gaze, your drishti is set to your front middle finger. Take an inhale. As you exhale, flip the hand and reverse the warrior. Sink and reach, get long. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle, forearm rests on the thigh. You could bring the fingers to the mat if you'd like. Extend that top arm over your head, get long, take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, circle that arm around the front of your body, straightening the front leg. Extend the top arm over your head, take a deep inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down into your straddle. Take your time here, set it up, drop it. And then this time, you're going to reach your arms long in front of you, pressing the palms into the mat, pressing the hips away from you, and then drop your head between your arms. You could shake your head out, keep breathing. And keep in mind, this is a posture used to help reduce anxiety. So feel free to just drop into this variation of straddle pose whenever you may need to calm yourself a little bit. Bring your hands back to the center of your mat. Heels in, toes out, knees and ankles in one line. Come on up. Squat it low, cactus arms, press the elbows back, sink deeper. Just one inhale. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands on your hips. Left toes point to the front of the room as you step the back foot a little closer. Gentle twist, belly over thigh. If you'd like, you can keep your hands on your hips, opposite hand, opposite elbow, or you interlace your hands behind your back. You decide. Look up, bend back, deep inhale. And as you exhale, you come forward, length through the spine, and then all the way down, belly over thigh, nose to your knees, maybe the arms over your head. If the bind feels awkward, hands to the mat is fine. Again, you can point the fingertips away from you, pressing down into the hands to stretch out your wrists. Hands come to the front of the mat. We do that standing split one more time. Maybe you play around again with the balance, grabbing the ankle with one hand, grabbing the ankle with two hands. Keep breathing. And then wrap that leg around the back of the left, root into your heels and fold nose to your knee. Unwind, right foot comes next to the left. Inhale, rise. Hands touch overhead, bend back. Come to center in swan dive, nose to knees. Halfway lift. Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low push up. Nice and easy here. High push up, low push up. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Walk it out. And then when you're ready, bring your feet together to touch. And we're gonna rock forward into a high push-up. And then you're gonna come over to your right side for a right side plank. Now, you can drop that right knee to the mat if you'd like, there's no worries, right? Maybe you keep your legs and your feet stacked. Make sure that the wrist and the shoulder are in one line, or you can bring the wrist a little bit in front of the shoulder for more support. Hand starts on your hip, you lift the hips high. You could reach the left arm up to the ceiling. These are all options here. You could extend that top arm over your head. You could lift that top leg. Everybody's breathing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fingers reach to the ceiling. Look up. Flip over. High push up. Switch sides. So we bring the feet together. We come into a high push up. Come over to the left. Knee is on or off the mat, it's all up to you. Lift the hips high. Maybe you extend that arm over your head. Maybe you extend the arm over your head or you reach up to the ceiling, you decide. Maybe you lift that top leg, maybe you don't. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fingers reach to the ceiling, look up. Bring the hand down to the mat, down dog. Walk it out. Lift the right leg, three-legged dog. Step that foot between your hands. Come on up. High lunge. Take your time here. Widen your feet so you feel stable. Sometimes it's nice to do a little bounce just to make sure that you're solid in your foundation. And then when you're ready, you reach up. Let's sigh. Take a deep inhale. Excellent. Cactus arms. Press the elbows back. Drop the hips lower, start to lift the heart up, start to look up, keep breathing. You're doing really good, just one more inhale. And as you exhale, come to center, bring your hands to your heart, cores engaged. Come forward to lengthen your spine and then take your twist. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Pulling the belly off the thigh, pressing the top hand into the bottom as you gently twist open. Stay here, or maybe you spread your wings. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at your front foot. Frame it with both hands. Straighten the leg, nose to your knee. Step the left foot forward next to the right. Inhale, rise. Hands touch overhead. Swan dive, nose to knees. Halfway lift. Take it back, high to low push up, high push up, lower halfway, elbows in tight to the wrists, come onto the tops of your feet, upward facing dog, curl the toes, press back, down dog. Feet come together to touch, left leg lifts, step that foot between your hands, high lunge again, inhale, rise. Now keep in mind, you can keep that back knee on the mat if you'd like, there's no worries here. Shoulders are soft. You're rooted into your legs, nice and soft and calm here. Cactus arms, press the elbows back. Start to lift your heart. Start to look up. Maybe you start to look behind you. Keep breathing. And then slowly you come up, hands to your heart, cores engaged, come forward. And then twist, right elbow outside of the left knee. Pressing the top hand into the bottom as you lean back. right? You could make a fist with that top hand if you'd like, so that you can lean back even further. If it feels good, you spread your wings and fly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at your front foot. Frame it with both hands and fold, nose to your knee. Step the right foot forward next to the left. Inhale, rise. Hands touch overhead. Bring it through. Touch your third eye in your heart. Close your eyes here for a moment. Take a deep inhale. And a sigh. Bring your arms long at your sides. The palms of the hands face the direction that you're facing. Pick up your toes. Root down into the four corners of your feet. Drop the toes. Get long through the body. And then gently open your eyes. Find a spot in front of you to focus, resting your gaze. And for our balance today, we're going to do tree. So you can take that right foot and place it anywhere you'd like on your inner left leg. You could even just make a little kickstand at the bottom here, which is fine. Find what's most comfortable for you. Then you bring your hands to your heart. Once again, lengthening, rooting down, but rising up. Feeling free to stay just as you are in this moment. If you'd like to go ahead and grow your tree, you can, keeping the shoulders nice and soft. If it feels good, look up. You could even start to open your hands and open your heart for a sense of optimism here. We keep our hearts open as we ground ourselves, bringing the arms behind your back, interlace the fingers, knuckles to the heel, heart and gaze up to the sky. Deep inhale. Exhale, release, give it a little shake. And we do the same thing, left side, so rest your gaze. Left foot comes anywhere you'd like on the inner thigh, or you make a kickstand, it's not a big deal. Bringing your hands to your heart, you're rooted into that standing leg. Your crown is reaching up to the sky. Staying exactly as you are, or you grow your tree, shoulders and eyes soft. If this feels good and you want to look up, feel free. Again, you can start to bend back a little bit, opening your hands, opening your heart. Keeping an open heart and an open mind. You bring your hands behind your back. Knuckles reach towards the heels to ground yourself. Gaze and heart stay open. Take an inhale. Exhale, release, shake it out. Swim the arms out and up, hands touch, bend back. Come to center in swan dive, nose to knees. Halfway lift. Step it back, chaturanga, high push-up, lower halfway. Come onto the tops of your feet, gaze up, curl the toes, press back, down dog. Drop to your knees. Come on down to your forearms. So you keep your palms flat, or you interlace your fingers, you decide. You can keep the knees on the mat if you'd like, or you straighten the legs, pressing the heels away from you as you pull the shoulders forward to lengthen, tucking your pelvis under, engaging your core. Stay calm and connected as we count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Breathe. 21, 22, 23, 24. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Drop your hips, flatten your feet. Excellent job. Take a deep inhale. Whew. Come on up. 2 more to go. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can drop your knees anytime you want. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Drop your hips, flatten your feet. Take a cleansing inhale. All right, here we go. Last one. Give it everything you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, halfway, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent job. Drop the hips, flatten the feet. Inhale. Whew, take a nap. One ear rests on the mat. Arms long at your sides, the palms turn up. Take a deep inhale and a sigh. Pick up a shoulder, roll it down your back. Pick up the opposite shoulder, roll that down your back, and then flip your head, other ear to the mat. Nice and calm here. Turn your chin to face the mat. Turn the palms of your hands down to face the mat. And start to press your toenails into the mat. And you have an option. You can bring your toes together to touch, or you can keep your legs spread a little bit wider. You decide. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders. And once you know what you're doing, your gaze is down, so your neck is protected and parallel to the mat. Pressing the pelvis into the mat, you could lift the thighs. If all this feels good, lift the arms, rolling the shoulders down the back, reaching the fingertips to the back wall. You could spread the fingers wide. You could squeeze the fingers together. You could even interlace the fingers, reaching the knuckles to the back wall. Everyone's breathing and lengthening here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Get as long as you can. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, relax. Everything drops to the mat. Bend your knees and start to windshield wiper your legs side to side. Drop your legs to the mat, chin to the mat, hands next to your shoulders. And very slowly, you're gonna roll up, lift the chest, the belly, the hips, the thighs, everything off the mat, but the tops of the feet in the hands. Belly presses forward, gaze up, inhale. Exhale, curl the toes and press back, down dog. If it feels good, you could walk the feet a little closer and flatten your heels into the mat. But if that doesn't feel good in your body, you back it up a little bit, keep the heels lifted. Take one last inhale here. And as you exhale, drop to your knees, cross your ankles, and find a seat in the center of your mat. Sitting up tall, feet and hands are parallel, and you really slowly start to unroll. If you have a hair tie or something in your hair, please pull it out so that you can get comfortable here. Take a minute to settle in to this short, sweet Shavasana, keeping in mind that we will end in the same posture. You could rock your head left to right. You could wiggle your feet left to right. Arms are at your sides, palms turned up. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Fill your lungs and hold your breath at the top. Hold it. Let it go out of your mouth. Keeping your eyes and lips gently closed, I ask that you inhale as I count. Inhale for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Slowly exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And repeat this a few more times, counting on your own. Noticing how quickly everything slows down when you start to really focus and control the breathing. Remember that this is available to you whenever you need it. Just remember to come back to your breath. You can keep your eyes closed or open them if you'd like. Bend your knees, plant your feet on the mat, setting up for bridge pose. The feet are about the width of your hips. You could reach the longest finger to touch the backs of the heels. If that doesn't feel good in your body, you don't worry about it. Pressing down into the feet, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. And you may keep your arms long at your sides, or you scooch the shoulders and interlace the fingers, pressing down to lift up, and just breathe here. Press down to lift up a little bit higher. If the fingers are interlaced, release them. And slowly, starting at the very top of your spine, unroll one vertebrae at a time. Nice and easy. And we do that 2 more times. So root into your feet, lift your hips, and very slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll all the way up. You can keep the arms long at your sides or scooch the shoulders, interlace the fingers. If it feels good, you could lift the heels up off the mat, but if that doesn't feel good, you skip it. Lift the hips higher, stay connected to that calm breathing here. Press down to lift up. Release the hands if they're interlaced. And once again, very slowly unroll. If the heels are lifted, they're the last to land. Excellent job. We're going to do it one more time. Press down and roll up. Arms stay long, or you interlace the fingers. Heels stay flat, or you lift them. If you felt like it, you could lift the right leg, point the toes to the ceiling, but you're free to skip it. We breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop the leg if it's lifted. If you'd like to lift the left leg, you go ahead. If not, no big deal. Keep breathing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the leg. Press down to lift up as high as you can. Releasing the hands, and slowly, one vertebrae at a time, unroll hips and then heels land. If you'd like, you widen the feet as wide as the mat, bringing your knees together to touch. Or you bring the soles of your feet together, the knees open wide, one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Close your eyes. Take a deep inhale through your nose and a loud sigh out of your mouth. And then again, your eyes and your lips are closed. You can return to that calm Ujjayi breathing. If the mind is wandering, you can count inhaling and exhaling for 5. You're welcome to introduce a personal mantra if you'd like. My mantra suggestion for class today is, my heart and mind are open and listening deeply. My heart and mind are open and listening. My heart and mind are open and listening. You are welcome to stay right here for as long as you need to. Stop the video and finish up the rest of the class when you're ready. If you're ready to move forward, open your eyes. Gently hug your knees into your chest. And you can rock side to side, make little circles one direction and then the other. And then drop your knees to the mat. Pick up your hips and bring your hands underneath your hips to support your low back. And then lift the legs. Heels are pressing up to the ceiling. Your feet are flexed. And then we're going to drop the legs 1/3 of the way down. And this is a really fun ab exercise that I learned from one of my very first teachers, Sally. We're going to spell out the letters of the alphabet using capitals with our legs. So remember to breathe as we go through this. So here we go. Capital letter A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, keep breathing, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, we're almost there, V, W, X, Y, because it's good for you, Z. Excellent job. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock left to right or make little circles. And then from here, holding onto your knees, we're going to rock and roll a couple times from head to tail, massaging out the spine, building up enough momentum to come on up to your hands and your feet, and then stepping back, downward facing dog. Take a moment here, walk it out, shake it out. And then lift the right leg, point the toes to the ceiling. Look at your hands, step that right foot to the outside of your right hand and drop, lengthen your back leg. And then drop the knee. Turn the toes out to a 45-degree angle. And if it feels good, flip the foot up so you're resting on the pinky side of your foot. Twisting lizard, you could press the hand into the inner thigh and gently twist open. If it felt good, you could reach back, find the foot, pull the heel into the glute. Or you could come down onto your forearms. Keep breathing. If it's accessible in your body, you could reach back, find the foot, pull the heel into the glute here. Wherever you are, I want you to breathe, stay connected, come back, count, inhaling and exhaling for 5, if that helps you to relax and stay present. When you're ready, if you have the foot, release it. Come on to long arms. Flatten that right foot, pointing the toes to the front of the room. And then start to press your hips back towards your glutes. Your nose towards your knee, your toes towards your forehead. Just a gentle stretch here. And then come back, flatten that right foot, and we'll come into half pigeon. So scooch that right foot over to the left side of your mat. Drop your knee. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen through the back leg. Now, you could keep that front shin parallel to the front of the mat, or you pull your heel closer to your hip. It's up to you. You can stay on long arms if you'd like. You could come on down to your forearms. You could make fists with your hands and rest your forehead on your mat. You could even rest your forehead on the mat here with your arms long in front of you. If you'd like to add a shoulder stretch to this, you bring the left arm underneath your torso, make a fist with your right hand, and rest your forehead on your hand. Play around, find what feels good for you, and then just settle in. When you find that space, take a sigh, inhale. Noticing the softer you can make your body, the more relaxed you can become, the deeper you go into these postures. If your mind has wandered out of your practice, please come back. Focus on the mindful Ujjayi breathing, doing your count, inhaling and exhaling for 5. Or repeating your mantra. My heart and mind are open and listening. Just a few more breaths here. Stay with it. When you're ready, slowly come on up to long arms. Give yourself a little bit of a back bend. Lift your heart and look up. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, curl your back toes under. Lift that leg up and gently step back, down dog. And you can take a moment and walk it out. And we'll repeat that on the left side. So lift the left leg, 3-legged dog. Look at your hands. Step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Get long through the back leg and drop the leg on the mat. You can turn the left toes out to a 45-degree angle and you can stay here. You could flip the foot up so you're resting on the pinky side of the foot. Placing the hand on the inner thigh. Gently twisting open in your twisting lizard. If this feels good and you want to reach back, find the foot, Gently pulling the heel into the glute, you can. If you'd like, you could come on down to your forearms, and you don't have to do the exact same thing on this side that you did on the right. Right? We honor that each side of our body gets a little bit different. If you'd like to reach back and find the foot, pull the heel into the glute here, you can. Keep breathing, stay calm and connected. Remember, it's about softening to go deeper, not about muscling your way through it. When you're ready, come on up to long arms. Point those left toes to the front of the room, foot is flat. And then press the hips back. Nose to your knee, toes towards your forehead. Gently stretching out. This should feel really good. And then flatten your left foot, half pigeon again, scooching that foot over to the right side of your mat, dropping your knee, keeping the shin parallel, or maybe you scooch the heel a little closer to the hip, long through that back leg. And you can keep your arms long here if you'd like. You could come on down to your forearms. You could make fists and rest your forehead on the mat, on your hands, or resting your forehead on the mat, reaching your arms long in front of you. And again, if you want to do that shoulder stretch, this time it's the right arm that reaches under the torso, the left hand that makes a fist, and you rest your head on it, right? But you decide what works better in your body on this side in this moment. Keep breathing. Every time you catch your mind wandering outside of your practice, just gently bring it back. Counting the breath, if that helps. Repeating a personal mantra, if that helps. Returning to the mantra suggestion for this session. My heart and mind are open and listening. Can you soften your muscles and your bones a little more? Can you embrace any sensations that are arising in your body without judgment? Keeping your heart and your mind open. Just listening and paying attention. When you're ready, everybody's going to come to long arms. Lifting your heart, giving yourself a little back bend. Look up, take an inhale. And as you exhale, sit on your left hip and really gently just bring that right leg around to the front. Bringing your legs long in front of you. You could bounce them up and down a little bit. Reaching your arms up to the ceiling. See how long you can get. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, you gently fold forward and you grab what you can. Pull your belly in. Look at your toes. And as you inhale, try to reach your forehead to your toes. So you inhale to lengthen. And as you exhale, you soften, dropping your chest and your belly closer to your thighs. Do it again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Notice you go deeper the more you can soften. Do it one more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Hold here. And then gently release your feet, sit up tall. Bring your hands a few inches beyond your hips, fingers point toward your toes. Your toes stay touching and pointed. You lift the hips up, pressing the bottoms of the feet into the mat. If the neck's sensitive, keep the head up. Otherwise, drop the head. Press down to lift up as high as you can and breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift a little bit higher. Excellent job. Drop the hips to the mat. Toes stay touching and pointed. Sit on your fingertips. Roll back onto your elbows. Drop your head. Now, again, if the neck's sensitive, you keep the head up. There's no worries here. Opening your neck, keeping your heart open. We do lion's breath. Take a deep inhale. Stick out your tongue and roar. Again. One more. Excellent job. Release your elbows. Lay flat down on your back. Bring your arms out like a T, palms down. And then bend your knees, plant your feet on the mat. Cross your right leg tightly over your left, so you squeeze your thighs together. And then pick your hips up and move them an inch or two to the right and then drop them. Turn your gaze to your right hand and drop your knees to the left. And you can wiggle around, finding a space that feels just right. Keeping the shoulders glued to the mat. Close your eyes. Let's sigh. Take a deep inhale. Again, noticing the softer you get, the more you relax and let go, the deeper you go. Calm Ujjayi breathing here. Turning the palms up to face the ceiling. If you'd like, you start to lift the right arm, reach the arm up and over, hands touch, and then you just gracefully glide the hand back, touching the inner arm across your chest and opening it up, and then just pausing, noticing how that feels in your body. If it felt good, I'd ask you to do it one more time, lengthening and reaching, and then just gracefully gliding it back, opening up. One more inhale here. As you exhale, come back to center, uncross, realign your hips center of the mat. Left leg crosses tightly, so squeeze your thighs together. Pick the hips up, move them an inch or two to the left. Gaze to the left and knees gently fall to the right. Keeping the shoulders glued to the mat, closing your eyes. A big sigh here, deep inhale. Let it go. Excellent. Just soften here, relax. If you'd like, palms are facing the ceiling. The left arm reaches up and over, the hands touch. And then you just beautifully glide it back, opening up. Taking a moment to notice how it feels. And then deciding if it's helpful to do it one more time, stretching through the shoulders, and then gliding it back, opening up. Bring your knees back to center, uncross. Realign your hips to the center of the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. And you can rock left to right. You can make circles with your knees, one direction, and then the other. And then we pause for a moment of gratitude, right? The shortest shortcut to happiness is gratitude. So if you want to be happy, be grateful for something. Squeeze yourself into a tight ball. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, you find Shavasana. So your legs go long on the mat. Take a moment to get comfortable here. If you have an eye pillow or an eye towel and you want to cover your eyes, feel free to go ahead and do that. Your legs are spread, gently open. Toes fall out to the sides. Arms long at your sides. Palms face the ceiling. You could rock your head left to right to find a space that feels good. You could lift your shoulders off the mat, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then drop them back down to the mat. Closing your eyes and your lips. Take a deep inhale through your nose, fill your lungs, and hold your breath at the top. Hold it. Let it go. Returning to that normal, everyday breathing. Allowing your body to soften, allowing your muscles and your bones to just surrender to gravity. Keeping your heart and your mind open to deep listening. When the mind is quiet, the soul speaks. Listen. Listen deeply. Bring your awareness to your toes, the balls of your feet, your arches and your heels, and all those tiny bones in your feet. Feel them relax. Your ankles relax. Your shins and your calves just sink into the mat. Your knees are relaxed. Your thighs and your thigh bones melt. Feel your hips, glutes, and pelvis gently melt into the mat. All of your internal organs relax and soften. Feel your entire spinal column, one vertebrae at a time, slowly melt into the mat. All the way up your spine. Your shoulders, your angel bones relax. Your ribs and your lungs relax. Your heart quietly beats in your chest. All of the muscles in your torso relax. Your biceps and triceps relax. Your elbows relax. Forearms and wrists relax. All 10 fingers. Those little bones in your hands. Even your fingernails relax. Your neck is relaxed. Your chin, jaw, teeth, tongue, lips relax. Ears, cheeks, and nose relax. Eyes, eyeballs, eyelids, eyebrows relax. Your entire body is relaxed. I invite you to stay right here in Shavasana for another minute or two, or longer, if possible. My heart and mind are open and listening. I feel you and I are all being born into wisdom. We come together to share what we are hearing and figure out how to live our lives out of that place of wisdom. It's like the culture is graduating from knowledge to wisdom. And wisdom has to do with the intuitive heart and the way we receive information. You stay wide open to what is. You listen. You listen your way into hearing your part in the game. My heart and mind are open and listening. When you feel ready, you can gently start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. You could reach your arms over your head, point your toes, and just stretch out. You could hug your knees into your chest, rolling over to a side. And very gently, taking as much time as you need, slowly come on up to a seat. Bring your hands to your heart. We seal the session with one Om. Take a deep inhale. And bring your thumbs to your forehead. The light and truth in me honors and sees the light and truth in you. Namaste. Thank you once again for joining me for this session, Back to Basics. If you liked it, don't forget to hit subscribe. And also, I'm open and welcome to any comments or suggestions that you may have. I'll see you next time.